Dearest friends, like you, I had hoped that we would be gathering right now in Jerusalem, and instead I'm speaking to you from the sanctuary of my synagogue in London. And while we are disappointed not to be together, there is nonetheless a lot we can celebrate. And so let me take the opportunity for the next few minutes to share a little bit about the success of our work, to celebrate the work that we do, to celebrate in particular the last 5 years of development and growth. Let me begin by expressing my gratitude to my predecessor, Rabbi Larry Englander, on whose counsel I can continue to rely. And also a big thank you to all my fellow officers, without whom the work of Arzenu would not be happening. The last 5 years have been years of transition and continuity. We continue to stay loyal to our mission, partnering with our local constituents to promote Zionist activities in our congregations around the world, and ensuring that Reform Jewish values and interests are represented in the governing bodies of the national institutions of the State of Israel. But there have also been transitions. In the past 5 years, we said goodbye to our last executive director, Dalia Levy, as she embarked on her well-deserved retirement after decades of loyal service to us. What a celebration it was in 2018 at the Vada Poel at the Zionist General Council, when not just our representatives from Arzenu, but representatives from political organizations across the spectrum celebrated Dalia for her achievements. And we welcome Dekel Chumash as the new executive director of Arzenu Olami and logistical expert extraordinaire. We continue to rely on our veteran leaders from across the world who inspire us and give wise counsel to ensure that we continue in their footsteps.
Our movement is a critical element in fighting for our Jewish values and our democratic values, and for having an influence in this country to strengthen those values and make Israel the best that it can be.
It's our job to bring more and more votes and more people that can actually change the discussion towards a more liberal, pluralistic Israeli society.
The more power we have around that table, the more we could push for agendas that we believe in, whether it's in Tikkun Olam issues, whether it's issues regarding the West Bank, Judea and Samaria, any and all of the issues that are very important to our friends abroad.
We are a part of the game, and because of our strength, we are actually a very essential actor within this arena.
But we have also seen a transition. When I took up office in 2017, I made a commitment to bring more women and young people into the Zionist organizations.
For me, it's amazing to be here, to be part, and to feel that my heart is here.
My favorite part of being here with Arzenu is to share with those incredible women from all over the world, women of Reform Judaism, and to be conscious on how we could impact in a more pluralistic Israel issues.
I had no idea what this would be, and now that I have a small idea, there is a big challenge what I have to bring to my country and my community.
I think it's really important to be a part of Arzenu because as diaspora Jews, we should really be engaging with Israel, and this is a great way for us to realize our values and our beliefs.
Part of my Zionism is being critical of Israel and wanting to improve Israel.
I'm a Zionist because I believe as a progressive Jew I have a responsibility to make the state of Israel be a state that lives up to the values that we as progressive Jews hold.
I'm a Reform Zionist because I believe that Israel has a long way to go, and I want to be part of the process in making it the Israel that I want it to be.
I think it's important that all of the spectrum of young people's views are heard, from right to left to center to everything in between, but also to make it clear that we are still on the same mission as the generations that came before us.
One big takeaway from the conference was definitely feeling really empowered to go home and do more in terms of Israel and in terms of Zionism. This conference has really empowered me to act.
Thanks to the additional funding from Keren Kayemet Yisrael, we were able to expand our activities in the past 5 years significantly. It has been my privilege to be able to visit all the regions in which we have Arzenu constituents. I haven't quite succeeded in visiting every Arzenu constituent, but from Australia to South Africa, from South Africa to South America, from South America to North America and to Europe, it has been my privilege to be able to learn in situ about the realities that our constituents face. As we gather for the 38th World Zionist Congress, we are painfully aware of the absence of a dear friend and dedicated leader. Paula Edelstein, who died just a few weeks ago, was the first executive director of Arzenu. But her contribution went far beyond just Arzenu, extending to the wider Reform, Progressive and Liberal Jewish world, the Zionist movement at large, and Israeli society. We can honor Paula's memory by carrying on the work that she was so dedicated to and passionate about. As we looked back at the past 5 years of growth and development, we shall look forward to the next 5 years. Yes, there are challenges that lie ahead, but with every challenge come many opportunities. Let us rise up to the challenge. Let us utilize every opportunity presented to us. And in that way, let us honor Paula's memory. Let us start our work today.